blight. A moral blight on this country is a moral blight on the people who are making it controversial. Let me ask this. If you think that Al-Qaeda was correct to do what it did on 9/11, say aye. That's the answer that I was hoping for. It's an answer that unfortunately was not obvious to me, as evinced by the fact that we actually saw Osama bin Laden's name literally trending on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it these days as recently as this morning. If you think that Al-Qaeda was not justified to slaughter 3,000 innocent Americans on September 11th, 2001, a day probably when most of you were not even born yet, it's kind of a scary thought. If you think that Al-Qaeda was not justified to do that, then in no world whatsoever